All right, welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Steve Kiyama, and I'm the owner of the Action Coach franchise here in Fairfax, Virginia, and I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. And today I have the pleasure to introduce Karen Barbour, the founder and president of the Barbour Group, as my guest. And today we're going to talk about Karen's business, her journey into business ownership, some of the challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and get notifications when shows like this drop. Karen, welcome to the show. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being thank you for being here. And if you would, please give us a little bit about who you are and a little bit about your business, if you would.
Well, I'm Karen Barbour. I do own the Barbour Group. I'm founder and president, and I've been in business on my own since 2002. And about 4 years ago, my company had a turnover. Well, it's family run, so it's very exciting. And we're doing better than we ever have in business. And it just took a while to get there because some people had to grow up in order for me to hire them. But anyway, we do surety bonds, any type of bond except a bail bond, and we do it across the country. In Puerto Rico, we do bonds overseas for the State Department and USACE, United States Army Corps of Engineers. And I've been actually in the business since 1985. I started out as an underwriter at the home office level for a major corporation, and then at the branch for another corporation. So I did that for about 10 years. And then I decided I would become a bonding agent. I was, I think, the first female bonding agent that was charged with outside sales in my area in the DMV. I did that for 8 years, and then I decided to go on my own. And I took all my accounts with me and my markets, and it's been one ride since then. I can tell you, I've seen every economic dip I think there is to see since 1985, and I'm still standing. Um, I believe I'm the only female surety agency owner in the area that started with 20 bucks to my name. I also just don't do bonds. We are big legislative advocates. I've gotten a lot of bills passed in the state. I got an amendment on the Stimulus Act that revamped the SBA bond program. I won the US SBA Small Business Person of the Year. I'm part of Ernst& Young winning women entrepreneurial awardees, um, and more. I've won many awards for my advocacy and helping break down barriers for small business, and basically to stop corporatism. You know, the idea of big businesses yielding procurement laws that small businesses can't even afford to understand or even implement. And but I do bond big businesses, but there are plenty of big businesses out there that are very responsible to their communities and want to build up the small businesses and enhance community support. And so it's not like I'm the antichrist for big business. um, but I don't like injustice, and my team is just as strong as I am about that. So it empowers all of us to do better. I also have a nonprofit called Party for a Cure Corporation. We help children in Maryland and in the DMV with neuromuscular diseases. We've raised about 1.5 million, and my agency contributes. The board is all volunteer based. Gaines and Company and I founded it a long time ago. And then Joe Laney and John Vardavis came on board. Joe Laney has MT Laney and John Vardavis is a CPA. And now my daughter's on the board, Audrey Barbour Lopez. I keep forgetting. Got to add that Lopez in there. And so we don't take any money. All the proceeds go to the families in need. Denise Koch is our MC. She is with WJC TV. And so we're going to have another event probably in September, a crab gala. We have it's a lot of fun. So anyway, the other company that we have is the Alliance for Hispanic Commercial Contracts. It's small and mighty. We have some great sponsors like Chesapeake Employers Insurance, M&T Bank, uh, Maryland Department of Transportation, my company, uh, and DeWalt Tools, and we're getting more sponsors. And all the money that we get from our sponsors, we give back to our members to help pay for financial statements, claims consultants. We don't pay for it their entirety. We pay for like 1 or 2 hours of consulting time because I want to make sure, it's expensive. Hispanic firms don't have a lot of money. They're worried about who's really gonna help them. And we just want to bring them out of the shadows a bit to let them know there's really people here on the other side of the community fence that want to help. And so, we've really helped a lot of contractors navigate the procurement space to be very successful. And we're really proud of that, especially when they can send their children to nice colleges because of the money that they make. Um, and my team, the Lopez's are from Nicaragua. So, it's a nice way to have them have a stake in what we do and feel good about serving their community. So it's been a nice blend, and we feel good about ourselves, and that's important. Um, so that's about me. I mean, I've gotten articles published. I've been around a block a few times. So there's enough about me on Google. You can read up on it. I think somebody published my life story, which, oh my God, I hate to even see that thing. But anyway, it's there. Um, so it's up to you if you want to do a deep data dive. You can find some. Oh, I started a new political party too. Might as well put that out there. It's on my LinkedIn anyway. The National Small Business Party, and it. I figured, all the politicians say small business is the backbone of America, but we don't have a spine in Congress. So why not create a spine? I want to see small business determine their own size standards. I want to see small business have a voice in the Office of Advocacy for the Small Business Administration. And I want to see us fight regulation in unison that's going to hurt our companies, whether it's construction or otherwise. I want to see farmers get better support. 333 family farms disappear weekly in the United States. That's not good because America, our landscape is what makes us beautiful. And it's the family farms that do that. Um, and I want to see tax reform. I think it's unconscionable to tax anybody making 25,000 or less. Um, if you don't tax them, maybe we don't need so much federal help. We can get rid of some programs that are really costly on an administrative standpoint. So it's all in our platform. My platform is the only one with hyperlinks that you can find the data, and it's a living platform. So if you would like to submit a change or additional data, it hasn't really been updated in a while. I've been kind of busy, but anyway, I'm just putting it out there because you'll
Mhm.
find it. So it's really, we have supporters, but I was really hoping some millennials would take hold of it and run with it. So we'll see.
Awesome. Awesome. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, why
Done a
not?
lot of things
I
there.
don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. Who knows?
Well, in that regard, let's talk about the Barbour Group for a second here. Um, there's a lot of hats an owner has to wear in building a business. You've been building it. Which of the hats you still have to wear, and which of the hats are the ones that you've been able to hand off to somebody else?
Oh, well, I don't touch the accounting anymore.
Good.
I don't handle commercial bonds,
Hmm.
uh, transactional business anymore. Uh, we do get some small business accounts that we have a program that you can get approved for bonds with personal credit up to $1 million.
Hmm.
I try not to handle those. I like to hand those off. It's a nice way of building revenue for other producers in the agency.
Hmm.
Um, and so I focus on my existing clients and I focus on building teaming relationships.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So for example, I convinced one of my clients that's HubZone and Women in Small Business to fly to San Antonio with me to meet another large client that's a Super 8A so they can get together and pursue some work that they both can benefit from. And so I'm trying to build synergies between my client base, which is
Got it.
But I also have an exclusive bond program with Hensel Phelps Construction. I'm the
Hmm.
only agent that has it, and I've had it for quite some time. And I pitched it to other general contractors, but Hensel
Hmm.
Phelps was really the only one that wanted to take a big bite into it.
Hmm.
And so we have a 20-year relationship, just about at least 15. And I don't know why my voice is going. And I'll have some stale coffee. Hold on a sec. And so I bond their subcontractors. So if they require their subs now 150,000 and hire to bond back,
Hmm.
we just don't do small business with them. We can do big business with them too. Like
Hmm.
if they have teaming partners that want to get together, maybe these
Hmm.
contractors never needed a bond before. Maybe they need more capacity, like if they need another 30 million or something and they can't get it. This program can really be beneficial. We have a dedicated surety. I'm the only bonding agent, and Hensel Phelps. We all work together and we try to make things happen, and we do whatever we can contractually to make the job work. Um, and I also introduced one of my clients to Hensel Phelps, and they walked away with about $40 million worth of work. That was very nice. So partnering and for me and teaming is really important. And I have this extensive network, so it's very valuable. I also have a senior advisor on my team, a retired brigadier general who used to run the North Atlantic Division of USACE in the Mississippi District, and he is a valuable team member. If one of my federal contractors needs some advice, it's nice to have him on board to help out those clients. Anyway, that's my hat that I wear that I haven't given up.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Who would you consider your most valuable kinds of customers? Do you have a single target market? It sounds like a little bit you're looking in several different niches here.
Well, we're bonded across the country, so we can
Hmm.
bond anybody. I
Hmm.
have offices in Nashville, so
Hmm.
it's a good stopping point to the rest of the world.
Hmm.
Um, and it's easy to get to Nashville. People
Hmm.
like to come there anyway, so
Hmm.
it's good to have meetings there and entertain clients.
Hmm.
Um, so there isn't any, I mean, contractors who need a lot of bonds would be the perfect solution for me. But you know what? There also is that client out there that may only need one or two bonds a year, but has such a good brand and name in the industry that being co-branded with them is important because it
Hmm.
just shows to the rest of the world
Hmm.
that I'm deserving of their attention, you
Mm,
know?
okay.
I've I've been I've passed muster with somebody like that. That's why Hensel Phelps is very important to me. For them to co-brand with me and to put me on their website is a big deal.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. That
And
makes
and
sense.
that's yeah. So I mean, I have clients that probably only need one or two bonds a year, but their integrity and what their name and character mean in the industry and to be associated with that is really nice.
Very good. Very good. If I was a contractor, whether in the construction field or in the federal space, why would I call on you as opposed to somebody else in the industry? What makes you unique?
Well, I think anybody can give you a bond, right? I mean, but we go
Hmm.
the distance. I mean, if if there's an issue that you're having, we know people that can help you solve that issue
Hmm.
because our network is big. And you're not dealing with these large agencies. You're going to be dealing with a producer who
Hmm.
has to answer to so many people above him, and they're
Hmm.
not going to give you advice. They're not going to be able just to talk to you plainly because they're going to be too worried about an E&O claim. I'm
Hmm.
not going to worry about an E&O claim. I know my business. I know what I'm saying is right, and I'm the owner.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and then my son-in-law who works for me, I mean, he's right there with me. I mean,
Hmm.
so you don't have far to go up the ladder here at all at the
Hmm.
agency.
Hmm.
I have a chief growth officer. She also works the DoD mentor protege program.
Hmm.
She's very well connected. We're a seasoned team,
Hmm.
and we're not just out for the dollar. We're also out to see how we can make a contribution to your business that goes beyond the bonding, right?
Good, 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 good. Awesome. Let's kind of change gears here. Why did you choose to go into business yourself as opposed to stay with somebody else?
Well, I don't look like most bonding agents,
True.
you know, and it's kind of tough for women are in this business to really speak their mind. And I have a tendency to speak my mind. I just was like a square peg in a round hole.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wanted to be legislatively active. I wanted to get reform. Like I got the
Hmm.
Virginia lien law passed. I changed. I got a lot of things done. And you can't do that when you're working for somebody else because they don't want you to be political, right? They want you to produce business. They don't want you to
Hmm.
go off on these tangents, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But to me, that's the best marketing,
Hmm.
right? Why don't I just show you what I can do versus telling you what I can do?
Hmm.
That's marketing spiel that really doesn't have much to it at all,
Hmm. Okay.
right? And if I can, like when Senator Mims was in Virginia, he was great. We worked on changing the lien law back then in 1998 to where you could actually file a lien on sums not yet owing on a contract. Before you couldn't do it. And that little change made a big deal of difference to a lot of contractors to get their money.
Good. Good.
So you get empowered with that. You feel
Hmm.
like you're worth something.
Yeah. Like you've made an impact.
Yeah, and that's important to me.
Yeah. It's hard to make an impact when you're an employee.
If I'm going to spend time away at that time from my two little girls who were cute as buttons back then, and I had a father that I was taking care of who later got Alzheimer's.
Mm.
If I am, and I was a single mom, and if I mean, unfortunately, their father left the country, so it wasn't like he even had joint custody.
Hmm.
Um, it was terrible for them.
Hmm.
So you got to be home, right? You got to
Hmm.
be home. You can't be going out to all these events at night. And although I did sometimes, you feel so guilty. But I thought if I could get involved with the politicians of my town and where
Hmm.
I worked, and they usually have breakfast meetings. The
Hmm.
legislature is open before 5, right? So
Hmm.
I could
Hmm.
go there, I could testify, I could do things, I could make an impact. And usually people in politics have money and they know people with money. So if they like me, they're going to drop my name.
Hmm.
And that was the only way I thought being a single mom at the time with all that responsibility and owning a business to get my name out there in a good way. So that's why.
Good. 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 Along that journey, and I think I've got a guess here. What's been the most memorable hurdle you've had to overcome in this journey?
Well, some people don't want me to be in their sandbox. And I had
Sounds
to
like a
fight some
personal
law.
problem to me.
I know. I mean, I didn't do anything bad in the sandbox. If anything, I was tidying it up,
Yeah,
getting all the useless toys and broken toys out of there. But no, so I got sued, but I won.
good.
But it took its toll, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
that's okay. Success is the best part of revenge. And that's so I decided I was going to be even more successful.
So you set the bar a little higher?
Yeah, I think they thought they were going to bankrupt me and put me out of business, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, okay. So you got your name out there instead, huh?
I did. I did. They were so mad. I think they put out a op-ed in the ENR magazine. They try to defame me or something. And I'm like, oh, they just promoted me even more.
Yeah, yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
If I'm that important to where they have to put me in an op-ed in ENR, screw them, right?
Awesome, awesome. So thinking about the future, and that kind of brings that up, where do you see you taking the business over the next 5 to 10 years?
oh, I'm not going to retire. This is too much fun.
I
But
didn't
I'm
ask
going to have
that
to,
question.
I, I think I would like to take a little back seat and not work so many days and
Mhm.
let my team take control if they want to. And if they tell me after 10 years they don't want the agency, then I'll think about selling it, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have options. But it's a nice business, and to start an agency today is going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money now.
Mm-hmm.
And to have the markets that we have, it would be tough to get on their own for any
Mm-hmm.
new agency. So, and our reputation is there. So I don't know. It's up to them if they want to do it. But I
What
would
would
rather give it to them than sell it.
what would you say you've got for market share at this stage of the game? Is it big? And I'm not asking for a number. Is it big? Is it small? Is it someplace in the middle?
Oh, I think I'm probably a dot compared. I mean, if you look at Marsh and Aon, all those big agencies, they write so much. But I mean, we do more than just a few million here. So we're not tiny, tiny.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
can leverage good terms with surety companies, given the amount of premium we put with them. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't really want to go there. I mean, you don't you don't want to act like an asshole to your surety markets and start pounding
Mm-hmm.
like you're the $800,000 gorilla unless you absolutely have to save a client, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we try to be humble here,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Mm-hmm.
try because I was an underwriter once and I didn't like that treatment at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing that we do here that sets us apart is that we're frontline underwriters.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try to underwrite the account. Well, we do underwrite the account, and then we decide which surety we're going to send it to. We don't mass
Mm-hmm.
market accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I have clients that have been with me for 30 years now.
Mm. Good.
Well, since
Good.
1994, so 31 years.
Yeah. Thereabouts.
And
Yeah.
and so we don't because you never know where that underwriter with that surety company is going to end up. They
Mm-hmm.
might get another job offer.
Mm-hmm.
So such a small industry. You really want to play nice with your underwriters. You want to give them the respect they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do get a little testy from time to time, but always apologize.
Mm. But that
Uh,
said, if you're just a dot in the overall scheme of things, you got a lot of room to grow if you want to grow.
yeah, we do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
want. I personally had too many employees before. I don't like the drama that comes with that.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
so we're a small and mighty crew here. Um, but I mean, I could expand again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just finding the right people that have your same mantra,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
Mm-hmm.
work ethic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. Kind of down that road, if you were knowing what you know now, you've learned a lot along the way. Let's pretend you were an employee today and you wanted to start your business. Is there anything you would do differently about how you started it up?
Hmm. Uh, today is a lot different than 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I probably, if I had all those years in business as an underwriter and I wanted to start my own business, because I would have over 40 years in underwriting, I probably wouldn't start it with 20 bucks.
That's hard.
I think I would get a large bank line of credit, like 500,000,
Mm,
steal some people away
mm,
and build it faster.
okay. All right. Yeah. The
But
question is,
when you're young and dumb, you do young and dumb stuff.
but it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, but you know, I only feel like my agency is growing in the last 4 or 5 years because, you know, my oldest daughter had some medical issues that set me back. My ex-husband canceled the health insurance on me. It was tough. I had
Hmm.
to take care of a father who had Alzheimer's. He was a World War II vet. It wasn't easy.
Hmm.
I really didn't have the time to put in my company that I wanted to because I had family responsibilities.
Hmm.
And um, I had people in my family that helped me from time to time, which was awesome.
Hmm.
But it wasn't enough to where I could really go at it full board.
Hmm.
So now that when my kids graduated from college and, you know, and now that I have a really good team here, I feel like I can really be impactful more than I have ever been. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So before we start to wrap up,
Oh, and the other thing is you get rid of all the animals too. Like I don't have a dog anymore. I used to have three horses, a chinchilla, birds, fish, turtles, hamsters, you name it. It was in my house. I don't have that either. So I know some parents out there are feeling me because that stuff is expensive.
yes, it is. Yeah, it's expensive and time consuming at the same time.
I finally got all my hardwood floors resanded. I bought new carpets. There isn't one, I don't have any like remnants of animals on my floor anymore. God, I feel
Awesome,
purged. I know.
awesome, 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 awesome. So before we wrap up, let's see if we can have some fun with a few rapid fire questions and just kind of see what comes out here.
Okie doke.
What would you consider the key to success for you?
You have to step through the fear factor because it's always better on the other side.
Hmm.
Stephen Pressfield wrote a book. I forgot what it's called, The War of Art or something like that. He
Hmm.
was always producing these B-rated movies and he couldn't
Hmm.
figure out why. And then he said it was because I was creating them for somebody else. And then when he created a movie that he wanted, which was Beggar's Vance with Will Smith, I love that movie.
Hmm.
Uh, that's still being played today, and he
Hmm.
made his money because he pursued his dream and stepped through the fear factor, and did something he wanted to do. So I tell women, I'm on the National Board of Women Construction Owners and Executives, and it's such a strong group of powerful women. If you
Hmm.
think I'm a little bit powerful, you should see these women. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
like, hey, I mind my P's and Q's around them, because they'll tell you, they're so authentic, and they have stepped through the fear factor numerous times,
Hmm.
and that's what drew me to that organization because it's just remarkable what they've lived through
Awesome.
and stories they can tell you. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah.
If you
So
and I were
yeah.
if you and I were at a coffee shop and somebody came in talking about a business that they were just starting up, what's one piece of advice you would give that person?
Well, I used to be on the SBA's National Advisory Board for Small Business Development Centers.
Hmm.
I could, I mean, I would, I don't know. Doge kicked me off. It was a volunteer board. I have no idea how that happened, but I would say talk to your local small business development center because they have consultants there, and I know there's consultants, and they are extremely smart. I
Hmm.
mean, gosh, the Delaware SBDC they're like so adept in cybersecurity. You want to know something in cybersecurity? I think the federal government should hire them to run their cybersecurity program. They're that smart.
Hmm.
And then you have Russell Teeter, who does the CEO Accelerator program. I mean,
Hmm.
I went to the SBDC, well, the SBDC Center in Carroll County came to me and they got me a grant. They helped me build my website. They made me read these books I didn't want to read, but later became very important to me. And, without their support, I don't think I would have made it.
Awesome. Yeah.
They're the ones who recommended me for the US SBA Small Business Person of the Year. And we got Senator Cardin, they know the politicians really well, and they got people to embrace me. And I would say, please talk to your SBDC centers. And then you have Apex, if you're a contractor, they can teach you estimating, they understand procurement, they can help you get you certified if you're a small business. So, and then there's the Women's Center that my friend Anne Frank runs. And so in Baltimore. So anyway, there's plenty of resources out there that are free. They're all free services.
Awesome. 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 You mentioned books. Which one book you're reading now or have read recently that's had a real impact on what you're doing?
I have ADD and I am trying to finish four books and it's tough. Like there's, and the titles are going to escape me because I wasn't prepared for that question, but there's one called The Narcissist Next Door or something.
Uh,
So I'm trying to read that. to understand narcissistic behavior. Um, the other one I'm reading, oh my gosh, I'll have to get back to. I am reading. What is called? Darn it! I'm sorry, it escaped me. Um, it was a book given to me by a friend of mine about the Polish concentration camps,
Hmm.
and I forgot the name of it. But I told him I studied Cold War politics and Russian history, and I actually, when I was at Loyola, I got a petition when they were releasing the Hitler films. I signed a petition to have them released to the school. So we watched unedited versions of the Hitler films, which I wish I never saw because I can't get those images out of my head. But
Yeah.
I was talking to him because I wanted to be a spy, you know. But in 1984, when Ronald Reagan ended the Cold War, they weren't hiring spies anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I ended up in the industry that I'm in. So I get to spy on contractors, so it's
There
kind of
you
cool.
go. Is it any different,
I get
really?
I get to know all their dirt, and I'm bound by the Privacy Act, and I can't tell anybody crap. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
means I have to have a glass of wine or two in the evening so I can forget that responsibility and
Yeah.
carry on. But uh I'm reading that book, and my mother was Polish. So I just wish I could remember the name. I'm so sorry. Um but anyway, I'm reading those two.
Awesome, awesome. You've had a great journey. You've done a lot of things. What would you
Well, if
say?
you live long enough, you can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's part of it. Yeah. When you look back on it, what would you say you're most proud of in that journey, in the business growth part of the journey?
Um, I'm really happy and proud that I was able to get an amendment on the Stimulus Act that so look, I'm really big on helping veterans because my dad was a World War II vet and got
Mm-hmm.
the Bronze Star. And I saw what PTSD did to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so back in 2008, the federal government wanted to sole source work to veterans, service disabled
Mm-hmm.
vets up to 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
With the SBA, they back loans. They also
Mm-hmm.
back the surety bonds too, up
Mm.
to 90%. And a
Ah.
lot of a lot of veterans don't have the best credit, and you can kind of figure out why, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, well, this is really crap because SBA can only go up to 2 million for projects, and they want to sole source 5 million. So you're going to dangle another carrot in front of a vet, and that's just unfair because they're not going to be able to get it. Who's going to bond them, right? I'm sure there's some vets that could qualify, but in mass, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I assembled a team of some DoD agency heads, Department of Defense agency heads, the SBA director of the bond program, Frank Lathamir, my lobbyist, Gil Jen, Senator Snow's office, and my industry representative from my industry. And it was the most expensive breakfast I think I ever had. It was like $6,000. I'm like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, these guys could eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, we need to increase the SBA's ability, the bond program, to bond projects up to 10 million. And the reason why is because back then, the multiple award task order contracts and definite quantity contracts, they require a bond letter that says you have 10 million in capacity to even enter the game to put in a bid. And so I needed the SBA to do 10 million. So my lobbyist, Gil Jen, and I went to Senator Cardin's office on a Friday. They saw us for an hour and a half. Senator Cardin got it. Back then, the SBA limited the sales to 7 million, average over 3 years, which I don't know where they came up with that. I don't know where they came up with the 2 million single size job. And they didn't follow the small size standards for businesses, the size standards for small business. So, for example, back then, if you did 30, general contractor couldn't do 32 million average over like 3 years. If he did, then he wasn't considered small. But here they're capping the sales to 7 million. So anyway, we got the SBA through an amendment on the Stimulus Act. And let me tell you, we got Senator Cardin to put it in, but then Steny Hoyer, the House didn't have it. So my lobbyist is running down there and got it in within like a minute before it passed. And when I was at the meeting and people walked out of that meeting, that breakfast meeting, and they said, "Good luck, Karen." I looked to my lobbyist and I said, well, can we do it? And he said, yeah. And I said, how much would you charge? And he was like, well, I have 60,000 is what it's going to cost you. And I said, I got 30,000 in a college education fund. That's all I got. Because this is 2008 when the economy was tanking, right?
Hmm.
So he took that and we made a dent. But
Awesome.
nobody else in the industry supported me. I didn't get a dime from anybody. And it opened up the floodgates. And I think the other thing that was important to me that started, me out on this was like in 1998, I got a FAR Council, Federal Acquisition and Regulation change with the GSA, because back then those contracts I talked about, the multiple award task order contracts and the indefinite quantity contracts,
Hmm.
they were $5 million, they were 5-year contracts. And the government wanted one bond for all 5 years. Now you tell me what small business is going to qualify for a 5-year bond. We can't forecast beyond 2 years for a small business. So I assembled some people. Barbara Walter from Clark Construction. I brought an attorney in from the Surety Association, who later became my arch nemesis. But that's okay. We all formed. We came together, and we were able to get the FAR them to change the code in the federal government to require bonds for task orders or an annual bond. And that opened up the gate hugely for federal contractors, small business contractors. Now they didn't have to team with big business and give them 50% of their contract, because those big businesses were the ones who could bond the projects, right?
Got it.
There's
Hmm.
a cost with that, because with the bond, you personally indemnify. You
Hmm.
indemnify. So if there's a loss and the surety pays out, the contractor has to pay them back. You see, it's not insurance. I don't do insurance anymore. Don't call me for insurance. I don't do it. I sold it. I hate it. But I only focus on bonds. But so those two things kind of made me feel like I was needed.
Like you made an impact.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Flipping the question around a little bit, if there was one thing you could magically improve, you had a magic wand, you could magically improve this afternoon, what would it be?
This afternoon magically improved.
Hmm.
Oh, we have a lot of clients, and I just wish they could fill up their bond capacity, because they're not always the lowest bidder.
Hmm.
We're waiting for awards to come in. Some of my clients have program, 250 million, 100 million, 300 million. It would be nice if they filled them all up
Makes
right now,
sense.
this afternoon. I
Yeah.
could take the vacation of my freaking dreams if I got that money.
Fantastic.
I
Fantastic.
could get
Yeah,
the
that,
facelift that I wanted. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah,
I could
yeah.
improve.
You can buy another horse.
Oh God, no. I could bet on them though and not care about the money I lose. But I could also give it to my nonprofit and I could help a lot of people. We're helping a young family right now. They're in their 20s and they have the father's has muscular dystrophy, and his little boy is going to get it. He's walking now, but maybe he won't. Maybe it won't progress with new medication. And the mom is going to deliver a new baby on December 9th, an unplanned pregnancy,
Oh,
but very blessed to have it. But we're trying to help them. We just I raised $16,000 in a matter of 2 days. Uh, Lee Gaines, John Vardavis, and MT Laney and myself, we all pitched in and got them a van.
good.
The father hasn't been out of the house in 4 years, hasn't been to the grocery store,
Yeah.
hasn't gone to any of the kids' events at school, nothing.
Yeah.
He's been
Feels
sitting
like
at
a
home.
vegetable.
Yeah, so they're ecstatic.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if I had that money, I could do a lot of good things. So my clients listening to this, get busy.
Sell something.
Oh, something, please. And the government shutdown didn't help at all. Jeez,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
was that about? Oh my gosh.
Well, we don't need to go there, but anyway.
No, yeah.
So most important question, how can people who want to know more connect with you?
Well, our website is thebarbourgroup.com, Barbour, like the Barbour hats and the Barbour coats, that
Hmm.
spelling. And Our office number is 410-876-9610, and my cell phone is 301-343-8932. And after 10 o'clock at night, I'm not coherent. I'm usually too tired, but I can take calls pretty late. And I'm usually up around 6 o'clock in the morning. And let's see. And email is TBG, like the Barbour Group, tbg@thebarbourgroup.com. It comes to everybody at the agency, and somebody here can help you. And we can also get you pre-qualified for free on our website. There's a link for new clients. It doesn't cost anything. And it's you can get a marketing letter for your firm. You can put it with your proposals to show that you have bonding support. So that's all I can say.
Fantastic, fantastic. Last question. What's most inspiring to you today?
Most inspiring. Well, business-wise,
Yes.
we attended the Society of American Military Engineers conference in Phoenix, and my son-in-law, Josh Lopez, was just stellar. He really showed me what he could do. He was wonderful. And my chief growth officer, Dee Cutler, was just remarkable too. I mean, I saw two people embrace the agency and what they want to do, people in a way I've never seen them before. And having them, with me has been great. And, inspiring is, my daughter who has given birth to my grandson and who runs my agency and hawks every dime that comes in here. And then Zion, his brother, who handles all of the legal documents here. We all are, I think we're all a little bit overworked right now, but it's very inspiring to see and to have have a little piece of that, to have a purpose in all of that. Like maybe I opened the door for that. I feel a little bit humbled by what I'm seeing. It's just really sweet.
Fantastic, fantastic. It's been an awesome conversation. You've shared a lot of good information, and I've really enjoyed hearing this story. So thank you so much for sharing it. And I encourage all of the audience to save the show, check it out, because there's a lot of you've been in business for a while, and I think there's a lot of insights there that when you're earlier in the stage and you haven't crossed all of those bridges yet, there's a lot of really good information there. So, Karen, thank you very much for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. And one other thing that I say a lot is that everything in life's a blessing. You just don't know it at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, apart from losing family and, passing, but I mean, in business, just in the business world, and apply it to that. You'd be surprised. You think that when somebody leaves you, it's going to really be hard for you, but then the door opens where other people come in that, or you got to just wait it out.
Yes, you do. You do. And that's a good insight by itself too. All of the challenges we face, we needed to face. We needed to find a way to overcome them. That's why they were presented to us. That's how we grow. We only grow by overcoming challenges. We don't grow by staying where we are.
That's true. Anybody can make money when they have money.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot easier when you already have it, isn't it?
It is. I didn't grow up with it, so, but it is nice to have it now.
Okay. So I encourage everybody who's watching, save the show, come back and watch it again. Karen has shared a bunch of really good insights in here. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time we drop a show like this. And thank you to everyone who's joined us today. And a special thanks to Karen for sharing, being vulnerable, and sharing her story, because I think it's got a lot of really good material in it. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for the time. I hope people listen to it.